mitakiapi tajekile makupi zuyamani na hechaka naji na wambali ijaja zizi itkacha na shungadeshka sapa itkacha. These are the names that were given to me by my family and my grandfathers. So I walked with these names in different stages of my life. When I was a young boy, my father gave me the name Zuyamani, and he said that I watched you and you were always looking out for people. You're always making sure that everything was all right. You went house to house to find out what people needed, the grandfathers and grandmothers at that time. And he said I was impressed with that. So it more or less meant that you're always looking ahead. You're always looking out for the people, like a scout. Then I had 4 dreams in which the relatives in my dream time were calling me Standing Elk, and I didn't know who they were addressing, and I kept looking over my shoulder, and trying to figure out who they were talking to. And finally, the 4th dream, this man came to me and said, "You are to walk as Standing Elk." So Standing Elk was the one that came in as a young man, a young warrior, and he's the one that more or less paved the way for these things to happen. The 1111 frequencies was his job to bring the written word through. Now, Wambali Jaja Zizi, which means the golden light eagle, was grounded in around Cahokia, Missouri, in that area. And the golden light eagle works with the 13th dimensional ways, and the golden light eagle is the chief of that dimension. In other words, it's just another expansion of consciousness, you could say, a little bit more advanced than what Standing Elk had brought in. So to carry another vibration, to carry another teachings of the land, the 1212 energies, and that didn't take too long. Now there's this other one, Black Spotted Horse, which was my father's name, was given to me by my family, along with my father's bonnet, and he was the chief on a reservation, which is Ihunktuan Oyate Maka, the land of the Yankton peoples. So that is the grounded information on just the name alone. So with the name Shugadeshka Sapa Itancha, that carries what they call light codes, which are in reference to the Ark of the Covenant and the way of this second coming of Christ. So the second coming of Christ isn't really a person, it's the consciousness of all conscious people, spiritually conscious people that are awake on this Turtle Island and other islands upon Mother Earth. So we come back in full circle now at this time. So this 1111 frequencies, you often see there are just little numbers that sometimes you see on your clock, and other times they might be dream time, or they might be something somebody is saying to you in reference to that they wake up, or they're just having a glance on someplace they see 1111. So that is a activation code which helps you to bring into your awareness the universal and spiritual laws of creation and of creator. And these are simply the frequencies of this one they call Ampo Uchachpe, Uchasha or Itancha, this one known as Emmanuel, and Inawaka. Inawaka is the Holy Mother, and they together work the universal and spiritual groundedness of the way of the 1111. So that is their frequency. So we each carry that frequency. And a lot of times I don't like to use that word, but it's a word that's used today in light workers' ways and the ascended mastery ship, the Reikis and things. So we're talking about the 1111. It's one of what they call 7 arrows. And the 7 arrows is first You need to learn your Reiki. They call it Reiki, or the way of the hands. To heal, learn how to use your hands. And not just your hands, but you heal with every part of your body. You heal with your thought. You could heal with your eyes, and you could heal with your prayer. So there's so much there in Reiki that hasn't been tapped into. That's just the hands is just a small part of what you could use. But it's the first step. Now the second arrow is called the 1111, which is the universal and spiritual laws of Creator. The third arrow is the whirling rainbow. You could say it's a prophecy that involves the rainbow ways. And the fourth arrow is the way of the tree, the flowering tree. And it's a beautiful way, Chawa Kawichocha, the holy tree way. Now, the next arrow is called Apa'o Wichachpe Wichocha, which is the way of the morning star. Then the sixth arrow is called Quetzalcoatl Wichocha, the way of Quetzalcoatl. And the seventh one is the ways of Melchizedek, the sacred geometries. So today we're going to talk about the 1111.
Come on, people!